Today we're taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nations SH Figuarts Civil War Captain America figure. So what is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing today? Daredevil 19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new SH Figuarts Civil War Captain America. This is the first figure releasing from Tamashii Nation's Civil War line, and I really did like the Age of Ultron Captain America. I think they did an excellent job with it, and this one does look just as dope. But let's find out for ourselves and start this review off first with the packaging for Captain America. So we get some new style packaging for the Civil War line, and I like it a lot more than the Age of Ultron one. I really dig the design for the box. I think they did a very nice job with it. And then for the colors of the box, we get like a bluish purple type color with some black mixed in it, looking pretty cool. We do get the window right there, says Captain America. We get some very nice artwork of Captain America facing off with Iron Man. It says SH Figuarts Marvel, Marvel Captain America Civil War, Tamashii Nations, and Bandai. The bottom of it is the barcode and blah 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 stuff that nobody cares about. The top of it says Marvel Captain America Civil War. And then the side of it there says Team Captain America, and then Captain America. I guess whoever's on Captain America's team with the figures, it'll say that. And then same with Iron Man, so that's pretty cool. And then the other side of it, we do get an image of the figure, says SH Figuarts, Marvel Captain America Civil War. And then the back of it shows a bunch of different poses you can get the figure into along with some of his accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure open and take a closer look at Steve Rogers. Alrighty, so taking a closer detailed look at Mr. Rogers here, and Tamashii Nations did a very nice job with this piece. I have two issues, one minor, one major. The minor one is their sloppy paintwork here and there. Very minor though, it's not major sloppy paintwork. And then the major one is the 3D printing on this head sculpt. The eyes look horrendous. They did a horrible job with it. I'll show you that right now. They are so fuzzy and you could like barely see his pupils. The left eye looks so bad. I mean, I think this is the worst 3D printing on eyes on a figure by Tamashii Nations. They did a bad job with it. My God, that looks bad. So that's my biggest issue with this Captain America figure. The head sculpt looks good though. Nice sculpt work on it. The other thing, looks like they tried to put like white or gray paint shading on the chin strap, and it just looks weird. Like he just dipped his chin in some cocaine and it stuck on his chin strap. It just looks odd to me. I mean, they got it like around the eyes, as you can see the lining going around his eyes and kind of up here. But it looks really good up there. On the chin strap, it just looks odd. The 3D printing, this one doesn't really look like Chris Evans to me. The unmasked one looks a lot more like Chris Evans. This one looks more like Vin Diesel wearing Captain America's mask. I mean, that's what I've been thinking it looks like, and it actually does look like that. I mean, the flesh tone looks good, though. A little bit of sloppy paintwork around the ears. You can see the blue bleeding onto the skin tone. Same with on that side. The wings seem to be painted pretty good. A little bit of paint bleeding on this one, though. The other one is pretty good. The A is nice and centered, but I feel like there's more silver on this side of the A than on that side. I don't know if you know what I mean. Like, it looks wider on that side compared to this one. Now, the sculpt work of the mask looks dope. There's the back of it right there. The chin strap looks good, though, besides that weird grayish white paint. You can see some brown bleeding onto the ear, though, so... the neck looks good. Kind of the skin tone matches the face skin tone, so that's good. The torso, nice sculpt work on it. Everything is re-sculpted. I feel like they reused it, but they re-sculpted everything. That's what I feel like they did, but I'm not 100% sure. The star right there looks good. Nice clean paint, nice sculpt work on it. The straps look pretty good. The arms look cool, nice sculpt work on them. We get some red going around the bicep and then the forearm right there. All those are sculpted lines wherever you see it. Get the shoulder pad with the Avengers A. The back of the straps right there with the, I guess the metal buckle pieces on the back. Looking pretty cool. All those sculpted lines look cool. And we do get his belt right there with these sculpted pouches that look pretty dope. We do get the belt buckle, that looks cool. And the midsection right here, the white and red paint, nice and clean, very nice job on it, nice sculpt work as well. I do have a little bit of blue paint bleeding onto the white there. And then for the legs here, we get like the sculpted pocket there. Nice sculpt work around that part. And the knee pad piece, this one popped off on me and it was a pain in the ass to put back in, so be careful of that. I might just super glue them in. Really digging the sculpted bagginess of the pants, like the creases and everything. I think that looks dope. Same with on this side. Like how it's tucked into his pants, that looks cool. And the boots, to me this is the newest thing on the figure. It is like a charcoal black type color. Very dark gray. Nice sculpt work. We have like straps going on along, and it looks like there's buckles. I don't know if they were too cheap or lazy to paint the buckles, or if it looks like that in the movie. I have to rewatch it and see. There's a buckle down there too on the side of his heel. And the back of the boots right there. And the bottom, the top of the feet. And then the bottom of them, really not much going on there. I mean, overall, they did a very nice job with the sculpt, and the paint's pretty good for the most part. A little bit of sloppiness here and there. My biggest issue, like I said, is with the 3D printing on the eyes, just on this head sculpt. It looks horrible. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we pretty much get the same amount of stuff included with this Captain America that we got with the Age of Ultron one. We do get a shield, some of the strap accessories, interchangeable hands, and an interchangeable head. So we do get a shield here that looks pretty darn awesome. Very nice paintwork on it, and all the lines in between the colors are all sculpted, same around the star. We get much more of a brighter red with this one, and a much darker blue with this shield compared to the Age of Ultron one. But very nice clean paint on it. I don't see any paint bleeding on it anywhere, so nice work on that. And then there's the other side. We do get the brown straps going along right there. I remember the Age of Ultron one was just all silver inside, so I like the way this one looks a lot more. So we get his shield, and then we get strap accessories. Now when you're not having him use his shield, or you have him holster it, you use these right here. They are marked 1 and 2. It looks like just to be a brown plastic. But nice sculpt work on him. Like I said, when he's not using his shield, you just peg these in like so. Or if you have him holstering it, you have the one strap accessory that pegs into his back. So you get those right there. And then we also get this one here. This one goes around his arm from when you have him using his shield. Like it goes like that. Then you take the hand that's gripping on to the other strap, and you put his arm through that, and then his hand with the gripping onto the strap on that one right there. So we get that one. And then we get this one here that holsters his shield. You peg it into the back of the figure. Whoops, kind of dropped it. And the way you get him to do that is this piece in the back. There's a little tiny tab. You gotta unpeg it. It's a pain in the ass to unpeg, but it can be done. And then you would peg this piece in, and you would have him holstering his shield. So pretty cool. You get that one. And then the last one is the shield wielding or shield throwing accessory here. And you take this piece and you would peg it in, I guess on this side here like so. Oops. Didn't peg it in. There you go. You got it like that. And then you take the shield throwing hands, and they do have these L-shaped pegs on them, and they do peg in to this piece, so it looks like he's holding a shield. So you peg that into there, and then this piece clips onto his wrist, so then you have him using that accessory where it looks like he's holding or throwing his shield. So that's a pretty cool accessory that Tamashii Nation's included with this figure. Now can I unpeg it? Yes, I can. So that's the shield and strap accessories, and then we also get 8 interchangeable hands. We do get a pair of fists, of course. Let's focus here. And a nice clean paint on them. So nice job on that. The sculpt looks pretty good. I like the sculpt work on this side of his glove right there. Pretty cool looking. So we do get a pair of fists. And then we also get a pair of just regular open hands. Nice paint and sculpt as well. I noticed we're missing the hands that are kind of like that. They didn't include it with this Captain America, but we did get it with the Age of Ultron Captain America. And then we do get a pair of hands that are gripping onto his shield, the straps, as you can see right here. Nice sculpt and paint. They are molded on there. So we do get those. You would use these with this one, because this is the one that goes around his arm. You would slide his arm through it, and then he's gripping onto his shield like that. So we get a pair of those, and then the last hands are the shield wielding or shield throwing hands with the L-shaped pegs on the palm right there. Nice paint and sculpt on them. I dropped the other one. There it is right there. But anyway, that is all the interchangeable hands. And then the last accessory is the interchangeable unmasked head sculpt. And I think this would probably be the reason why you would want this figure, unless you want a Marvel Cinematic Universe Civil War Captain America. I think they did a very nice job with the face sculpt. The likeness of Chris Evans is there on some angles it's not. But they did a very nice job with it, and the 3D printing is so much better on this face sculpt compared to the crappy eyes on the masked face sculpt. I'm really digging the black wash through the hair. The sculpt work looks great on it, but they did kind of use a gold paint again, kind of like the Luke Skywalker. It's not as bad as the Luke Skywalker, like as shiny and metallic. It is a little glossy, but it's not as bad as the Luke Skywalker one. It's weird that they keep using gold. I don't know why they keep doing it, but they did do a very nice job with the black wash and the sculpt work. I think it looks good. There is some brown paint bleeding onto the flesh tone, so that's kind of bad. But other than that, they did a very nice job on the face sculpt. You see the sculpted wrinkles on his forehead right there. The 3D printing, like I said, is a lot better on this one. And the way you interchange his head, you pop it off at the lower neck joint and then just pop this one on, and it's as simple as that. But anyway, that's all the accessories included with Civil War Captain. Anyway, let's continue on with the review. So now for the height of the Captain, he stands a little bit over 6 inches tall. And then here he is compared to the Variable Action Heroes Monkey D. Luffy figure and the SH Figuarts Android 16 figure. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Minato figure and the SH Figuarts Harley Quinn figure. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Perfect Cell figure and the SH Figuarts Mace Windu figure. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakening Warrior Super Saiyan Goku figure and the SH Figuarts Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegeta figure. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now moving on to the articulation, and if you have the Age of Ultron Captain America, you know what type of movement to expect. We do get 2 points at the neck, one at the upper and one at the lower neck. So the upper neck joint, he looks up about that much and then down about that much. Do get a little bit of pivot up there, and it does swivel as well. The lower neck joint goes forward and back. It does pivot and swivel as well. So we get some pretty good movement at both those neck joints. We do get a point right under the chest there. It does go forward and back. But be careful, as you can see, that bottom piece can slide over the top there, and you might mess up the paint work and scratch up your figure, so be careful of that. We do get some pivot there, and it does swivel as well, but you will see some gappage, so you might want to hide that. Same with going too far forward. Show some gappage there as well. The waist joint goes forward and back. It does pivot, and it slightly swivels because of the way the midsection is sculpted. You can't really get it to swivel too much, but you do get better swivel at the point of articulation under the chest there. Now for the arms, the shoulder pads are on hinges right here. And we do get a butterfly joint. And then we do get a very nice armpit joint where you can move the arm in a very nice circular motion. So nice movement there. And you do have to pop them out to get more articulation out of them, like moving the arm out to the side. As you can see, it goes up a little more than 90 degrees. It does go up and down. We do get the bicep swivel there. Double jointed elbows that bend in a pretty good amount, a lot more than 90 degrees. We do get a swivel and a hinge at the wrist. Now for the legs here, we get these shifting Tamashii Nation leg joints. They kick forward a little more than 90 degrees. They go to the back just a little bit. And they kick out to the sides about 90 degrees. And then we do get swivel up there as well. We get double jointed knees that bend back pretty much all the way, so that's good. Now for the ankles, they do swivel. They hinge up a good amount, same with hinging down. And then we do get some very nice pivot there and some toe articulation. So we do get some very nice movement with this Captain America. I am satisfied with it. And like I said, if you have the Age of Ultron one, you know what type of movement to expect. But overall, I recommend this figure, especially if you missed out on the Age of Ultron Captain America, or if you're a big Captain America fan, or if you just want a Civil War Captain America and want the unmasked head sculpt. Yeah, pick this one up. If you have the Age of Ultron Captain America, there's no need getting this figure. The couple issues I have with this piece, one is being the paint is a little sloppy here and there, but it's so minor, so it's not that big of a deal. Another one is the knee pad piece fell off a couple times, so that gets annoying. But my main issue is the 3D printing on the masked head sculpt. The eyes are so fuzzy, it looks horrible. Tamashii Nations needs to work on making it less fuzzy with the 3D printing. But other than that, they really did do a nice job, once again, with a Captain America figure, because the Age of Ultron one was great, and this one is too. Plus, we get the unmasked head sculpt, we get a good amount of accessories, we just get less interchangeable hands compared to the Age of Ultron Cap. The articulation is great, no complaints there, and they did do a very nice job with the detail, so I'm overall satisfied with this piece. And if you would like to get this figure for your collection, he does retail for about $45-$55 depending on where you purchase it. I got mine imported from Japan, but I'm pretty sure my buddy from AgelessGeeks.com has it in stock, so you can check out his website, or you can join the Ageless Geeks Facebook group. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts Civil War Captain America. Hope you enjoyed my review. If you want to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and favorite the video too. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. Today we're taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Plations. Shit. And this one just looks what the heck? Damn it. And my biggest issue is with the 3D. Blah, blah, blah. The bottom of it is the barcode. Blah, 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 blah. It says SH Figuarts Marvel. I almost said Marvel War. What the heck? There says Captain America. We get some what the hell? There says Captain America. We get some nice artwork. Blah, 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 blah. What the hell? So we do get a shield, and they did a nice job with it. Whoops, Captain America, you wanted to fall and be an asshole.